Good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. This 15th day of August 2023. In our first story, a brief this afternoon, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, that is UBC, is today, Tuesday the 15th of August, inaugurating and receiving a new board of directors that starts a new 3-year term of office. The board has 4 new members, namely Ibrahim Makoma, Honorable Harriet Kabushenga, Mr. Moses Watasa, and Honorable Paul Turiahikayo. These join 3 other members who served on the outgoing board, and these include James Tumusime, Honorable Tezra Jamwa, and the Honorable Sarah Namumbia, who served on the outgoing one, whose term ended. We'll give you more details to this in our subsequent bulletins. Moving on, a second batch of 16 ex-LRA repatriated LRA combatants was repatriated back to Uganda. From the Central African Republic to join the first group as government is integrating them back to their communities after surrendering. The group was last night welcomed by the State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, with Uganda People's Defense Forces represented by Lieutenant General Charles Okidi. The group will today afternoon meet the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, at Airbase in Entebbe to welcome them officially and then join the first team in Niger for integration before going back to their families.
Uganda fair because the region was affected by LR activities. Honorable Minister, in 2013, African Union created a force comprising from the 4 countries to start fighting LRA. So LRA was defeated in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and they relocated to Central African Republic, and others even crossed to South Darfur in the Sudan.
Last time we received around 69. Today we have received around 16. And we are still in negotiation with others. We hope they will also come back. So those who are not here yet, I cannot give you the number, but today we have received around 16 of them. And when you hear from them, most of these people were forced, they were abducted. They did not even go there willingly. But now when they went there, they had no option, but they had to join. But because they were just forced, they said this is the time they have to come back home. And as a government, it's our responsibility that they have accepted to come back, they have put down their guns. We have to welcome them back and settle with their people. And we are going to take them through the process of resettlement. They need a bit of psychosocial support because this is a new life for them. It's not been part of them. So we are going to take them through that process. That's why we have to settle them a bit here in Niger, to begin to prepare them, doing things of registration, identifying their people, because at least some of them still know their families where they came.
We could still, whichever combatant we got, he was treated well. It is the same gesture which the 2 governments of Central African Republic and Uganda have shown the world that they can get all their people and resettle them back home. And that's why we all came out to receive them, to reassure them of our commitment to resettle them well. And tomorrow being the main function, I think all the main speeches will be given during that function to receive them officially home. That is the little I can give you for now.
We'll keep you posted to that development. Now, there has erupted a disagreement between leaders of Masaka city resulting from land that is said to have been sold illegally. This is between the leaders of the National Unity Platform, including members of Parliament for Chimanya Kabonera, that's Dr. Abed Bwanika, Juliet Kakande, MP for Masaka City, division mayors fighting with the mayor for the main city, that's Florence Namayanja. Last week, business people stormed the new market constructed by the government at 18 billion shillings, and on Sunday, the Children's Park land where business people were operating was covered with iron sheets. However, leaders led by Dr. Bedwanika removed the iron sheets and this caused police to throw tear gas canisters at them. During a meeting organized by the mayor, Masaka Florence Namayanja, at the chambers, she emphasized that she was to do what is possible to ensure that she supports all those who want to develop this place, especially those with the right land title. It is said that this land was in the names of Francis Kakumba and later changed into the names of Sylvia Nagu Jaluta, and now they say Masaka City has a land title on the same piece of land.
Last week, we came across a disturbing fact where the leadership of Masaka, led by the city mayor, decided to give away a plot of land that is designed to accommodate a children's park.
That we are almost doing the same, if not beyond, our predecessors. Interestingly, in this matter, this is not the only case. Many of our plots, the leases are coming to expiry. But it's unfortunate that we are not involved in the renewal of these leases, but we are just assisting those who want to take the land. Yet, we are the sitting tenants, and at the same time, we have a city land board, which city land board was elected by the mayor herself.
UBC Lunchtime News. With a few cancer rehabilitation centers in the country, the private sector is revising ways of improving service delivery to cancer patients. In Jinja, the Cancer Rehabilitation Center has been built and ready to serve the community.
Cancer pain can be described as dull aching, pressure, burning, or tingling. Whereas pain affecting internal organs is often described as a sensation of pressure, it usually mounts from all angles of the body. In Uganda, when cancer reaches a later stage, it is very hard to survive. A few cancer rehabilitation centers have been set up in the country. However, the increasing number of patients cannot be fully contained. In Jinja, the cancer ward at the Jinja Referral Hospital couldn't accommodate the increasing number of patients. Locals called for intervention from well-wishers to give a hand in providing medication and perhaps creating a facility. Sisters of the Destitute is a religious congregation of nuns originating in Kerala, India, set up a cancer palliative care center that has helped to reduce on the pressure of cancer patients in the area.
We are going to look after the cancer patients in the last stage. That also complete free. Food, medicine, stay, everything will be free. Nothing they have to pay. And this house which you have seen, as Mr. Santosh has donated the pain, all the things were supported by the Indian and the local people of this place. And like all the material, like other steel, tiles, everything people have given and supported a lot. And we are able to look after 40 patients, 40 people can be admitted here and treated here, and 20 staff can be accommodated to take care of them.
Medication at this center is free of charge. Plascon Paints offered to paint all buildings set up in this center to offer a cool and suitable environment to the patients.
We thought that in Jinja there was a need for a facility for treating cancer patients, though this is not really a treatment, this is more care for them, but this was much needed. And when we were approached for this, we really thought this was a very good opportunity to give back to the community. And we have started this. It has come out very well. I hope when the patients come here, they are happy to be in this kind of environment. And year on year, we will start doing this kind of things.
Meanwhile, as Jinja SS marks 75 years of existence, The old and vintage buildings are a sight to the visitors. Well, not anymore, as Plascon Paints offered 45 million shillings worth of paint to give a facelift to the prestigious traditional school.
This is such an important establishment, 75 years old. It's not easy for any establishment to last for such a long time. And basically they are shaping the youngsters. So for the future, basically they are shaping the future. So it's a fantastic thing and we are very happy to be part of this. This is not a one-time engagement. We are starting a relationship today and we will continue.
They believe the clean and suitable environment after painting will help improve grades of learners. Mariona Wori and Rogers Komagum, UBC.
Happy to receive it.
UBC Lunchtime News. Experts in behavioral development at Chambogo University have called for blended systems of parenting to incorporate technological support for children's well-being. This was raised during the 15th International Society Study on Behavioral Development at Chambogo University.
By reflecting on the negative elements hampering the development of children across the African continent in the dynamic environment, experts recommend a creative parenting approach.
So how can we nurture all of our children to support their growth, their potential, and their thriving? And we look at it from a research angle, and we look at it from a diversity perspective. So it's contextualized. How does the context matter for how we raise our children, and how can we grow positive development and nurture character strengths and people who contribute to the greater good.
Technological advancement in parenting is critical, especially accessibility of digital appliances to children without reasonable supervision.
Parents nurture their children when they are very young. As they grow up, they change the dynamics. It's no longer nurturing. It's to enable them to enter into the system, our cultural settings. It's to empower them, to enable them to have the skills that will enhance them to live and gain resilience to face the challenging environment and times that they are growing in.
In the dynamic environment, parents are advised to adopt a participatory approach by giving children autonomy in decision making.
We are talking about blending. During the COVID period, we talk about blended teaching, face-to-face and distance. And now we are asking the question, can we do blended in terms of indigenous plus digital resources to manage children in terms of content, in terms of procedures, and in terms of whatever.
Blending of indigenous values and modern digital values is recommended in the upbringing process of modern children.
The competencies of the 21st century, we pay lip service. These competencies, how does it address the Afrocentric values? And how do we marry these with the dynamics of the digital era so that we are not left out? It could form a content. It could form a procedure.
Parenting calls for the preschool teachers' implementation of pedagogical practices for child's social and emotional skills development. I'm Navka Farida and Abna Silwama.
We thank you so much for watching. It's UBC Lunchtime News. Let's enjoy this very short break, but in return we have Business International and Sports News.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN Wakanet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret? Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM? Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk. No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving. Juko. I thought I was one of your friends. You are. But you left me behind. I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Upgrade your lifestyle with the all-new entry-loaded Chillax voice bundles. Now, call all networks in Uganda with Chillax voice bundles. Call all networks, no expiry, no worries. Dial *100 *1# and select call all networks. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas.
Then, we watched the Cup final in London. On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons. Again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yeah, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speed and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
107.3 Kampala, 96.9 Mbale, 95.7 Jinja, 98.6 Soroti. You are all covered.
UBC Butego.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN Wakanet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN Wakanet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN Wakanet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's UBC Lunchtime News. The Civil Society Budgetary Advocacy Group has warned of tough times ahead due to the suspension of new loans from the World Bank to Uganda and close scrutiny of the existing projects funded by the World Bank. In an exclusive with UBC, Julius Mukunda, the Executive Director, CS BAG, said that the only way out of the mess is through government negotiating with the World Bank.
I have argued and said that we are a sovereign country. Yes. We determine our own future. we determine our own destiny. But in doing so, we must understand that we are not in isolation. We are not an island. I give an example and say, for example, we cannot pass a law to stop DRC vehicles from passing through Uganda because we are a sovereign country. We can decide on our own. Neither Kenya can decide to pass a law and say we no longer want any Ugandan vehicles to pass through Kenya. It's a sovereign country, but there are things they can't do. Sovereignty is not unlimited. You get me? It must be you exercise your sovereignty within a particular limits. And therefore, by passing these particular laws, it is very important that our legislative process does a very good cost and benefit analysis. As an ordinary Ugandan, whatever you do in the parliament, please don't come back to me and tell me we have done this, please you will survive. That is wrong. You should be able to have understood that by passing this particular law, these are the fundamental consequences that are going to happen, and provide a benchmark, provide solutions for it.
So this World Bank decision, does it in any way affect the 2024 budget?
Yes, it does. It does. Remember, and in two ways. Number one is that out of 52 trillion, only 29 trillion will be created by Uganda Revenue Authority. So the rest is the money that we are going to borrow from abroad. World Bank is the biggest, we call it multilateral partner for Uganda, credit partner for Uganda. 55% of our multilateral credit is from the World Bank. So definitely, if they put a stop on these things, we are likely to be affected. But there is something that people have not read probably in this statement. The World Bank says we are suspending new funding, but we are going to be more rigorous on our third-party monitoring of the existing projects. For me, that is even more threatening than stopping the funding. Why? Because I know our implementation is extremely very weak. There are so many things are found missing. Now that they are going to be even more strict on the current ones, disbursements are going to be extremely very low. So even the projects that are running are likely to stall simply because they are going to increase scrutiny and monitoring of the current existing projects. So yes, for anybody dealing in public finance management in this country, you need to get worried. You need to pull up your socks and make sure that we don't get, we solve this mess. The last thing I know, and which I'm very, very, very I'm fearing about, is that there could be a ripple effect. Because World Bank was considered as one of the liberal agencies. When it comes to democratic issues, human rights issues, people are being killed, they are gassed, they have already said, no, we don't want to interfere in your internal affairs of the country. For them to come up with this right now, it means that other partners is going to be very easy for them to follow suit. And that is a scenario I don't want to see.
So as a country...
On the international scene, Niger's military junta has announced plans to prosecute deposed President Mohamed Bazoum for high treason and undermining national security. This is the latest sign that the junta intends to resist international pressure to return power to Mr. Bazoum. The West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS said it was shocked to learn that the junta wanted to prosecute the president. He has been held in the basement of his palace since the military staged a coup about 3 weeks ago. Bazoum was in good spirits despite being held in difficult conditions, his doctor said after a visit. Saturday's visit was approved amid growing international demands for Mr. Bazoum's release. The U.S. State Department expressed its dismay that the Niger leader had been charged, with spokesperson Vedant Patel describing the charges against completely unwarranted unjustified. Patel said they would not contribute to a peaceful resolution of this crisis and that they were a further more affront in their opinion to democracy and justice and to the respect of the rule of law. And now in the world of sport, para-badminton stars Sarah Naziwa was yesterday won the Uganda Sports Press Association Nile Special Sport Personality Award for the month of July 2023 after her impressive performance during the Uganda and Africa para-badminton tournaments at the Lugogo indoor area last month.
Having won Uganda's only gold medal at the international